Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is The Frugal Life with Mercedes. So, at the end of May, I was furloughed from my job, but luckily it only lasted for like 8 days, and then everything went back to normal. And if you want to hear more about that, go back to a video that I posted at the end of May talking about being on furlough and then it getting all resolved and all that kind of stuff. But today I am going to talk about kind of what I learned from that and what you guys can possibly learn from it. So I have made many videos about how you should always have a 3 to 6 month stockpile of food and personal care items. Now, when I found out that I was going to be out of work for a little while, and at the time I had no idea how long it was going to be for, there was no time frame put on it at the time I was told, because it was, you can go back and watch the video and the reasonings why. I was upset and I was scared and frustrated, but at the same time, one of the first things I said to Brandon was, this is why I do what I do. So we have 3 to 6 months worth of food. So I knew that him and I would be fine. Like, we would be fed. And I, again, am in a lucky situation where I have a significant other who works full time and his income does cover our expenses. But when you're used to having 2 incomes, and then you go down to 1 kind of instantly, it can be a little bit of a shock. But we have 3 to 6 months worth of food items, and so I knew that if we couldn't go to the grocery store or if money was tight for some reason, we would be fed, we would be taken care of. We also have 3 to 6 months of personal care items, toilet paper, body wash, shampoo, toothpaste. So if I couldn't go couponing, or couldn't go shopping, or was on a very small budget for some reason, depending upon the job situation, I knew that our immediate needs would be taken care of. Also being debt-free, except for my car, but my car is paid ahead. So those are that is why I do what I do. Now, I don't want anybody to think that it's about fear, but what it is when you've been in enough kind of weird situations, tumultuous situations, or life has kicked you in the face one too many times, you aren't afraid, you are prepared. And that is part of the reason why I'm frugal. I've done also lots of videos on why I'm frugal. I'm frugal because I choose to be, but also it's a lifestyle. And so why spend $20 on something that you don't need when you can put that $20 towards debt or into savings? Just small things, and being very choosy and specific about what you let into your life and what you choose not to be a part of. But something that I would like to work towards, of course, is paying my car off completely. I am on the track to paying it off early. But of course, that's my goal, to get it completely paid off so I will be completely debt-free again. And work on boosting my savings, because I do have a savings, but of course, I would like it to be bigger. But part of the reason it's not bigger is because extra income is going towards paying off the car early, which kind of has to, you know what I mean? So those 2 things are definitely what I've been working towards this year, and I'm going to continue to work towards. So basically, everything that I've been preaching to you guys, it happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether it is, a spouse passes away, or job loss, or, medical, whatever. That's why it's really important to have 3 to 6 months of food items and personal care and a savings account that would sustain you for at least a few months. There are people that say 3 months, 6 months, a year. I've even heard one person say $10,000 or 6 months of expenses, whichever one is bigger, blah, blah, blah. So it just depends on what situation you are in. And being debt free, you know, that definitely helps. And I also have multiple sources of income, and that really came in handy during the furlough situation, because while I was on furlough, I was able to not completely make up for the income that I lost, but almost completely make up for the income that I lost. And obviously, if I was furloughed for longer, or God forbid had some actual permanent job loss, then I do have ways to make money, which I consistently am making money in my other income streams. But that is why I do what I do, guys, and they all came in handy in that situation. And again, I'm really lucky that it only lasted for such a short amount of time. But not everybody's that lucky. Not everybody's going to find themselves in the same kind of work situation or what have you. So learn from that, guys. It's like all the things that I'm preaching on this channel happen. I have had unexpected relationship breakups. I have had, you know, one time I had a long-term relationship implode, which I've discussed on this channel. And then I was actually in a car accident, and my car that I was 1 month away from having it paid off early, and my car was totaled. And then I had to scramble to try to get another car so I wouldn't miss work, because I was in the process of moving to an apartment that I couldn't afford because I couldn't live in my current house. I went through a divorce during the pandemic when I'm a care provider, and I was literally worried every day that I was not going to be able to work because of the health and safety of the people that I care for, and regulations. I've been through it, guys. Do you know what I mean? And I get some people have been in that exact same situation, but that's my life experience. And so it prepares you for the unexpected. And just remember, it's not about being afraid. It's about being prepared and changing your mindset, because you don't want to be in a situation where something happens to your significant other, or you have a health issue, or a job loss, and then it's oh, well, I have no savings and I've got all this consumer debt and no way to pay it. And crap, the cupboard is empty because I was spending money on going out to eat. And you know what I mean? You don't want to find yourself in that situation. So learn from me, learn from situations that I've been in, so that you guys don't have to find yourself in it. Okay, guys, I hope that you got something out of this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, guys, bye.